Hi, Frimpoma. So, I wanted just to continue our conversation about putting different images together to make new art. So, this video is going to show you how to come up with new ideas by combining different images together. So, we talked a bit about this already in email. So, and I think I told you just to collect a bunch of images and then see what feels right and group them together. And I would say 2 to 3 images. So I'm going to be using this butterfly, which also has a flower that I will use. And then I'm going to combine that real butterfly with an illustration or somebody else's painting. See, inspiration, right? I almost passed that girl by and then I'm like, wait a minute, she would look great with a butterfly. So, having ideas is the hard part of art. Just copying something is pretty easy, but creating something new that looks really awesome can be a little hard. And I think that's why people appreciate artists so much. They appreciate artists so much because they bring new ideas, new visual ideas into the world. It's pretty exciting. Like, I'm sure the whole world is grateful that I just put her head on a butterfly. It's pretty frightening. And then in this version, I'm going to be adding insects to her hair. Maybe she should take a shower. But I felt she's kind of like, she's got a dark fairy look. Maybe a dark snow fairy or something. So she's a little creepy. And I gave her a fang. This last one is the silliest one. I'm going to have her biting down on the flower. So when you see my hand like pause, that's because I'm thinking. Like, I didn't practice these beforehand. I'm just seeing what comes out of my brain. And so you want to let that happen and just fill up the page. Get your weirdest ideas out because you never know if they're going to lead to something good. So I'm going to stick with the first one, which is just her with a butterfly sitting on her head, almost like a bow or a barrette or a hat. And you can see I'm still using a Sharpie. Now, the reason I used a Sharpie and not a pencil before is because when you have a pencil, you're going to try too hard and you're going to erase and try to make things right, but we're still in the idea stage. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a better version of that idea that I did all scribbly before, but this is not my final version. The reason you want to do a bigger, more detailed sketch is because you're still going to come up with ideas, right? You're going to notice things more, and you might say, hey, this looked good in my scribble sketch, but maybe I should move it here or there. So you always want to do it a little bit larger, a little bit neater. And it gives you more time to explore. So right now I'm exploring how to do all that wild hair. And then once I think I figured out the idea and I feel pretty sure, then I'm going to do a second sketch, and it won't be our last. So the sketch I do after this one, I will switch to pencil, and that one will be for our color composition. So color composition is when an artist chooses the colors that they're going to use in the artwork beforehand. So now I feel pretty good. She's going to have the flower in front. And so now I'm going to do a better sketch in pencil. So you can see I'm kind of holding my pencil overhand. I'm building things softly with shapes. Because I do want my proportions, my sizes, to be right to each other. And every time I draw her, I get better. So don't even feel like this is a waste of time. You will get so good at drawing her that your final one will be like amazing and you'll blow yourself away. It'll be so good. So there weren't any arms in the image that I chose, so I'm faking it, adding it in. And if you were just copying the photo, you wouldn't have that option just to add it in. But when you do it like this, where you're doing warm-up sketches, then you can really let your ideas out. So I'm only going to do 1/2 of the butterfly because it's the same on the other side. So I'm about to grab some color pencils, and I like the colors in the original image, but I have to combine the colors from the butterfly and her. And the butterfly's colors are not all grays, right? They're bright. So I have to think about that. Do I want to change my yellow? Or do I want to change some of the grays to make it look good? Or do they look good already? So I am experimenting with yellows. And so that's what this sketch is for. It's like you're studying it just a little bit more closely and you're figuring out your color design. So I want you to try something like this. Grab some images from a magazine or a book or the internet and see how you can put them together. And then I want you to do the warm-up sketches so that you're kind of getting out all your ideas, and try to fill a page with ideas. Like only use 2 to 3 pictures and then let out all your ideas. Then you're going to pick a winner, draw it a little bit neater, and then you're going to figure out your color. Now you can skip the last version that I did because that's a lot. So you don't have to do that one, but I would love to see what you come up with in class. So try it if you have time, and then share it with me. I also saw that you had sent a painting that you wanted to do, so also let me know more about that so I can get ready for class for you. All right, bye from Poma.